Hello everyone, this is Zelx here, and today we are here with Evo Portal, a deck that had terrorized rotation 2 expansions back and died the instant that Robopup rotated. So, haha, well, guess what? We are here again today. And the reason why I'm playing this deck is because in the mini expansion we got introduced to Maisha, Hero of Tenacity. At face value, she's a 2 mana 2/1, draw a card, but her token spell, which you get upon evolving her Purgation's Gambit, actually gives Maisha Stop plus X plus 0 and Storm. So effectively, she's a 4 plus X Storm follower for 4 play points, which if you have evolved like upwards of 10 times this a game, she becomes 14 damage Storm, which is basically what Evo Portal is missing right now to actually finish off the game. Shin himself does 6 damage, and then Maisha actually covers the remaining 14, not 4. But, well, other than that, if, for example, you want to go a little bit more aggressive, well, Maisha can kinda work that way. On the first evolve turn, she basically is a 2 mana 5/3, and for every evolve you manage to sneak in, she gets even stronger after that. But yes, so this is the deck list I'm running. If you notice, I'm running a ton of draw, like Rift Dweller, Asuka Shurikiri, Blooming Dancer, tons and tons of draw, even Eon. The reason why is because one of the key cards for this deck is actually Robotic Arms Rescuer. This card is too essential to the deck. Like, you have to have this card. Otherwise, your deck list just does not function at all. There's no good way for Evolve Portal to reach 10 evolves without Robotic Arms Rescuer. And I personally think that is a design flaw on side games and that they decide to make the entire archetype based around one card. Like, this is the most evolve centric card ever. Of course, and then there's Fiery Barrage. Usually I would rather not run this card, but because of how many OTKs there are, I feel the need to run Fiery Barrage just as a way to safeguard against OTKs, as well as ping your opponent just in case they themselves have a face shield up, because otherwise your Maisha can go face, your Shin can go face. You literally only have 2 sources of direct face damage in this entire deck if you don't run Fire Barrage. So it's basically essential to run this, which actually ruins the Inis pool a little bit, but that's like some of the drawbacks that these decks have. If you're wondering why I'm running Inis instead of Ayulong, which will have guaranteed Robotic Arms Rescuer, Ayulong is a neutral card. It can be fused into Fire Barrage or Robotic Arms Rescuer, so it's essentially a very bricky card and frankly not worth running. And then, if you notice, I'm running Nameless Impulse, which I thought it's not great, but it's the best that this deck has. This deck consumes a lot of evolve point, and Nameless Impulse actually performs really well at what it does, recovering you evolve points while for free basically. But that's basically the extent of Nameless Impulse. It's literally just there to as a free evolve point for Kyrie, Maisha, Asuka, Eon, just to activate those guys a little bit more consistently. Anyways, here's the QR code for the deck. If you're new to the channel or new to Shadowverse in general, do leave a like, leave a subscribe, and without further ado, let's get right on to the gameplay. So, starting off with game 1, I'm actually very proud of this game. We're up against Shadowcraft, and you'll realize why this is probably one of the more technical games I've played yet thus far, as Evo Portal is right now with the loss of Robopup. It lost the tempo aspect of it, and it's now purely a control deck. And I think this is where I believe I played it perfectly. It was the most controlled game I've ever played, and it felt so good when I managed to pull it off. So our opponent is Last Words Shadow, is really popular right now with Kagero, as well as I believe this is a 3 list. I think there's only the 3 lists. Only I was insane enough to decide, hey, you know what, I want to play the neutral list. And yes, they got Kagero on turn 2. And if you notice carefully here, I decided to go for Dark Mist Blade. There's a very good reason why I went for Dark Mist Blade is because this is probably one of the only interactions our deck has besides Fire Barrage against OTKs, especially from hand OTKs. And what I'm basically hoping to hit here with Dark Mist Blade is just one of their soul slashers. And yes, keep that in mind for now. And I did have another Rift Dweller, and this time I went for the draw. Draw is well, I need to draw the cards. Otherwise, other than that, right, this deck has 0 draw from the neutral as well as Rift Dweller. So if you cut any of these cards, you're gonna break really easily. And right now, notice that our opponent have played 2 Kageros, so they have 2 Soul Strikes in hand, which means I have 2 chances of hit a Soul Strike. It actually becomes really relevant in just a moment. Here they I think they misplayed here. They were expecting to summon a zombie off of that, but I'm not gonna bother too much. The more they misplay, the higher chance it is that I win. So here this turn, Assembly Droid, Blooming Dancer, and then as you can see, I need to spend a evolve point to manually evolve. It needs to achieve at least 3 evolves on turn 4. This deck excels going it's better going second, and if you're going first, it's a very bad experience, since this Robotic Arms Rescue only activates immediately on the turn that you can start evolving. I don't know if they misordered here, but if they have played the allies first, it would have been 1 and would have popped naturally next turn. And as you can see, they just played their last Kagero. So right now, at this point in time, with 6 cards in hand, 3 of the high cards is actually Soul Strike. And this is why, as you can see, this is why Dark Mist Blade is probably it's not even the perfect tech, but it is a tech I have to rely on if I want to survive. Otherwise, as you can see, 3 Dark Mist Blade, 3 Soul Strikes plus an Alice is lethal for them if that goes through basically 3 wards. So of course I have to go for it. Dark Mist Blade, hoping to at least hit 1 of their Soul Strike. It's a 50-50. It's basically 50% that I hit 1 of them, and if they do, I have a very good chance of surviving and even potentially winning the game. And if you're wondering, and if you hate hand disruption, look, this is why hand disruption is necessary. Okay, otherwise combo decks are just gonna combo off, and control decks can do anything about them. And we discarded as of this point in time, you probably we have no idea what it hit. I actually, even then, I still have no idea what I hit actually. It just doesn't give any information. But as you can tell, the shadow play is definitely popping off. With all their premium draws they are getting, they got 11 last words on turn 6. This is such a high roll. But even at this turn, and okay, look, here's a very key point. You saw that this is left with as a 6-1. What happened? This is also a very key pivotal moment in the game. This is actually it was such a they have actually wanted to get that extra 1 damage, but because of the extra 1 hit point, this slight misplay, it actually allowed me to capitalize on that with my immediate next draw, which I think is my immediate next draw. Well, it's not my immediate next draw, but I think the draw is coming up soon. I think. No? Well, it's not coming up soon, but it'll show up eventually. But anyways, this turn, as you can tell, I feel fusing Robotic Arms Rescue into Robotic Arms Rescue is a good way of, you don't actually need too many Robotic Arms Rescue anyways. So just 2, and then on your final turn, just fuse a Robotic into a Robotic so you can get enough evolves for Shin. Seeing going for second, we will get 10 evolves on turn 6 if you get good enough draws. Yeah, you have to get good enough draws, unfortunately. As you can see, this is 10 evolves with this shit right here. You need 3 evolves on turn 4, 3 evolves on turn 5, and then 3 1 play point evolves on turn 6 plus a Shin, and that will be 10 evolves for Shin, which will go into quite nicely for our OTK next turn with Shin into Maisha. But you need an evolve point for Maisha, of course, which I don't have, so this is why I run Nameless Impulse despite it being such a low value card, because it is essential for this deck. And here they have another Alice. Honestly, if this had been, if they right now, right, if they can manage to pop this Alice even with 2 Soul Strikes, they will be able to win the game. So they need 2. But right now, They didn't play for it this turn. Wait, actually no. I think this is where I actually realized that I actually hit a soul strike because let's go back a little bit. Let's let them replay this turn real quick. Hurry up. But let's just replay their last turn real quick. If actually you can just go back and watch, but I think it's better if I can explain with whatever as they are playing through it. Okay. So yeah. You see that I played the staff. Unfortunately, I can't start at their beginning of their turn. So okay, starting from this turn. Okay, great. Let's go from their first draw. As you can see, they are at 14 last words leave play. So here is how I knew I hit one of their soul strikes. So if I didn't, that means they literally just need to play one neutral follower, and then all 3 of their soul strikes, and they will have lethal. This will be my 5 damage. The soul strikes in their hand will have done 15 total, and I will have been dead. But see, because of the dark mistake I played all the way back in turn 5, that I managed to hit one of their soul strikes. They had to go for this suboptimal play where they pop their allies, but they can't play their 3 soul strikes anymore. There's only 2, and it's just not an option anymore. And because of that, I barely managed to survive. They had to go for the more survivalist play. They had to prepare for my next turn, and because of that, I survived. Unfortunately, I have to find a evolve point for Maisha, which Eon is actually a source of evolve points. If you can get him to a +5 attack, which I do have a way of getting into 5 attack, which is with all the 0 play point followers in my hand. And then Eon comes down, killing everything, turns himself 5 hit points, play a Shin so that I can discount all the cards that Eon draws, play Blooming Dancer, run her in so that I can draw a card. And here's the Fiery Barrage, which I used to remove their allies from existence, send that away, discount everything. Now we drew another Immerse Impulse. That Fiery Barrage was key in helping me remove their allies so that it's not another source of pinpoint. And now they are back to 15 max damage total with allies on the board as well as 2 soul strikes in hand. This is literally the epitome of control gameplay. Removing all of your opponent's win condition bit by bit. So right now you see they play both their soul slashes. If they had their last soul, is this soul strike or soul slash? I forgot. But if they had it in their hand, this right here would have been lethal. But because I discarded it, it is not. But although if they have a 2 play point evolve, 1 play point, actually it doesn't even matter. I was about to say if they have a 1 play point neutral here, this would have been lethal for them either as well. But as you can see for their last turn, it did not matter. It is not enough. And now this is where Maisha came into play. As a finisher for Evo Portal, she excelled at what she does. Unfortunately for her, the Evolve as a deck itself is very hard to play. But yes, and my opponent concedes because they cannot deal with a 14. Or I don't even know how big Maisha is because he didn't even let it resolve. On to the next game. Now this second game is against Haven. Honestly, this was from a while back, so I don't quite remember how this went. But well, let's walk through it as we enjoy me beating up a Havencraft opponent. So tossing Shin here because Shin early is pretty bad. We did secure Inis, so this is either a Fiery Barrage or our Robotic Arms Rescuer. Going first, I drop Inis immediately. So if I get Robotic Arms Rescuer, amazing, I did get him. And yes, with this Puppet opener is actually really good since Evolve Portal actually has a very weak early game, but Puppets actually help circumvent that. They provide followers to fuse in the Robotic Arms Rescuer while also providing some early game presence so that you are just not you don't suck and you don't just get beat down immediately. Play Asuka and Shuri immediately. She's going first, her value is significantly less than if I was going second. And well, yes, this is probably the Evolve list that's been pretty popular lately, and this is probably a good time to show you the strengths of Evolve No, not actually the strengths of Evo Portal, but how to play Evo Portal in general. I did toss this Kyrie here as a just to play as a follower. If he survives, it will make my next turn very strong. But if he doesn't, then it's fair enough. At least I just need to think through my deck so I can actually get some of my more key pieces, like Robotic Arms Rescuer, like Shin. You get the idea. So yes, that turn ended. They already have one of their Aegis's summoning cards in hand. But since it's our evolve turn, we finally are able to start fusing, play Kyrie, play Assembly Droid, evolve Kyrie, recovering 2 play points, getting an evolve down, drawing more cards, trading all our followers, I went for the draw here, I believe. Yes, I need the draw after all. And I traded these two followers in, so I traded one of them in so I can play the puppet to remove that 2-1. So that I can keep a 5-5 Kyrie on board. This way that if they play Illuvia, which they did, and they can't, as like they don't have a nice trade, unless they can heal, and then they don't have a heal. But right now they do heal. Okay, they got a heal, but at least they can play Lu. Right. So on turn, as you can see, this is the weakness of Evolve Portal going first. Despite being on turn 6, we only have 2 evolves. Like this deck feels really bad going first, and this is the scene that Evolve Portal had to play after for Robopup. You know, Robopup was such an insane card. Basically, it's a 1 play point evolve before even turn 3. You can evolve on turn 2, and you can keep copying it, and then you just keep evolving, and then she just became super broken because you can drop it on turn 6 because of that. But because we can't do that anymore, this is the best we can deal with. We managed to take care of the Illuvia very easily. And this time, I went for a very odd play. I decided to play Maisha early. I don't know if I evolved her. I don't think I did. Oh, I did evolve her. I did evolve her to get a copy of her spell. Why did I do that? I have another Maisha in hand, so this purgation can actually be saved for this Maisha, and we can play on this one. Is there a good reason why I evolved this Maisha instead of a follow and attack? No good reason. I was because I do have Nameless Impulse in hand. In a way, I hope that if I can do Maisha into double purgation on the one Maisha +6/+6 twice, because +12, this becomes 16 attack and go face for lethal. That could have been a play. That was a valid play. But unfortunately, to remove this follower, I decided I had to play a little bit differently. Actually, did I play any differently? I did. I fuse, I evolve, I run this in. Now the question is whether I evolve Kyrie. I did. I did evolve him to get like a little bit closer to my Shin win condition. And I'm surprised I didn't just drop a Shin there, but I did drop Blooming Dancer, which is another evolve, and I used the other fuse this turn to get another evolve for next turn. Well, this is turn 7. That was my turn 7. Unfortunately, I don't think there was a way I could have gotten additional 2 evolves there for cheap to activate, and as well as play Shin. So I don't think that was plausible. But here we go. They have their EGs, they have the John. I took the damage. Thankfully, EGs doesn't evolve automatically thanks to John. But here I had to go for the RNG play once again. Double Shin. Here I had to hope to hit both of their followers here. Basically, one of my Shins have to not hit EGs. And it worked out. So with this one EGs, and here's another pivotal moment. This game was very lucky. I'm not to say the least. Of course, going first, the odds was already not in my favor. But Evolve Haven has this Heal Evolve Haven had this very strong card on turn 8. If you don't know what it is, it's about to drop. And you need to realize the stars align perfectly for me to win. Like, watch. Regretful Apostle comes down. 1 hit on Shin, 2 hits on Shin, 2 hits on the other Shin, and 4 hits onto my face, which is just enough to keep both of my Shins alive. which is just enough to keep both of my shins alive. And if you did not realize, if even one of my shin had died, this Heavenly Aegis would have been able to hit me in the face, in the dome for 18 damage. If one of my shin died, they would have evolved Apostle, he would have run into a shin, and this Heavenly Aegis would have hit me and I would have lost the game. But because both of them have survived, they cannot hit me in the face at all. This is probably the most incredible twist of fate yet. Like, the stars aligned. It was literally perfect. They couldn't, and despite having 20 hit points. And well, I'm looking for an evolve point for Maisha, but apparently I don't even need it since I do have another Shin and Blooming Dancers, a second evolve. Trade that in. Right now we have 13 evolves. Dreamer Pup. Actually, I'm actually just BMing at this point. Like, but let me BM. Come on. Like, it's not easy getting Maisha win. Double assembly droid. Just ramp up the evolves a little bit more. Let me see how high I can bring my Maisha. And finally, Purgations. Actually, did I go longer? Okay, I was just searching through my deck at this point. That was really unnecessary. But 17 damage from Maisha and 6 damage from Shin. 4 game. What a game, man. And for this last game, we are up against Dragoncraft. In fact, I played this game so long back, I don't quite remember what is their deck. But you know what? Let's figure out how I won. Because I only show winning games on this deck. On this channel, obviously. But if I do show losing games, it's probably one of those funnier ones. In fact, I do have one losing game where I did. Where it was actually hilarious that was my draw. But basically, I just drew an entire hand of puppet generators for like the Pearl Fighters. And I got 2 evolves by turn 6 or turn 7. It was a miserable experience. But yes, this is Big Dragon. Okay. We opened actually really well. We have 2 Robotic Arms Rescuer, which is basically the prerequisite to getting turn 7 or turn 8 10 evolves. In our case, it will be turn 8, I believe. And they got a lot of fusions going off super early, and it was actually very scary. I think Big Dragon is super strong. It's a little bit too strong in my opinion. The fact that they can get like turn 6 OTKs really easily, like variety always as well. I just felt like it was too strong for its own good. But anyways, that's not the point today. We opened pretty okay. My hand looks a little bit more questionable. Kyrie puppets as well as Robotic Arms Rescuer. Although it's not bad, Kyrie still draws Miami cards. We do have Maisha already, of course, which is our single best finisher for the entire deck. And we do have puppets to fuse into Robotic Arms Rescuer to start evolving. And that is exactly what I did. Play Kyrie. He tutors followers directly, which is really good. And then into another assembly droid, clearing out hand space. And then I probably evolve Kyrie here. Show it to me. Yes, that's the Kyrie evolve. And drop Fairy. Yes, I did. Fairy here getting another puppet for next turn. So we got 3 evolves on turn 4, which is pretty good. Not turn 4, turn 5. Turn 5. We are going first. I can never tell the difference. Going first, and they played Irma. If they managed to leave one of our guys alive, I would have gotten a very good Eon next turn. But I don't know if they have foresight or something. They didn't, which they are hacking. My opponents hack sometimes. Would you have used a staggering conflagration on a 1-1? Most of you guys wouldn't, but it's like they knew I have Eon in hand. But well, it's not like much of a choice. I have to go play Eon anyways, using that one puppet I was planning to fuse into Robotic Arms, and I got 2 evolves this turn because I don't have any more mortal followers that can fuse into Robotic. I do not want to fuse Maisha at all until I get another source of another win condition. And we kind of did. We did get Shin. And they managed to get their Celestial Worm God out, so all their big guys are 5 play points now, which is really scary. Honestly, actually I could have probably gone for a discard here, but I don't think that's enough to save me, especially with this guy on the board. And this turn I actually felt a little bit afraid in a sense. I was looking for... Wait, why did I play Maisha that turn actually? I don't know why I played Maisha. I probably just played it for the draw. 2-7. I think I just played it for the draw realistically. Blazing Barrage to give me a face shield. I could have probably gotten like Blooming Dancer down as well, but unfortunately, because of a slight misplay there. But I don't think that matters. I think the one oh, I see. That's why I played Maisha. I played Maisha so I can get into resonance, so I can fuse the Blazing Barrage to get me the face shield, which will actually become very necessary. And they had to drop a Drush in order to pop the face shield, which is good news or bad news depending on how you look at it. Using some evolve points I got, evolve a Kyrie. I played it for the evolve point there, and I think I did manage to get to 10 evolve on that turn, and I managed to discount all my cards. The Venomoth didn't affect me too badly, but I am at 14 and they do have cards. But thankfully, by some miracle, they don't have a way to give Drush, Storm, or Repeat Fanfare. So he's stuck as a 10-4 do nothing. I'm not sure what the other 5 are. It's probably some combination of Big Dragon, and Big Dragon. And all we need to know is that none of them are small guys that can trigger Drug skill. And there's none left in the deck. So all they have left are Big Dragons that to hopefully remove my health to 0. Unfortunately, I am not gonna let them, because frankly, I like to live really much. Thank you. Shin killing me 6. Blooming Dancer draws, and I drop Robotic Arms Rescuer as additional sources of healing. Like this, I will bring myself up to 16 really easily, even if they take like a big block clear. And they go for Degenerate Dragon and Taras. Shin once again keeping me alive, and a Despair Reborn. The last 2 cards in his hand are spells. Otherwise, they would have summoned follows off of that, and they didn't, which is very surprising. Okay, thankfully, looking at my hand, seeing what they can discard, actually none of the cards that discard are metal. So the Despair Reborn actually did them nothing, and because of that, this is a lethal board state. Evolving Asuka Shuri activates Looming Dancers. A Puppet's Play is a Bane that can clear the board, and just like that, sometimes you don't even need a Shin or Maisha to win. You just need a way to clear the to survive your opponents long enough that you can actually win. And this is what I believe is the true essence of a combo deck. Control deck, sorry, not combo deck. How did I mess up at the very end? But yes, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.